Hello and welcome to the episode 11 recap of Riverdale. If you don't know, I do recaps every week, so feel free to join for those. Anyway, onto the video. Quick recap, Veronica and her husband are in some kind of divorce battle, so she decides to stay in New York to figure that out rather than come back to Riverdale, much to Archie's disappointment. Betty, who's in the FBI, had sworn never to stop looking for her sister Holly and the other girls that keep going missing by the truck stop. Hiram instigated a prison break because he wants to sabotage Riverdale, remember? And Jughead takes shrooms and goes on a bad trip, and he also goes missing. Okay, on to episode 11. So we get a little reminder that Veronica needs to pay back the investors because her husband Chad stole some of their money or something. She plans to start doing this by getting back into her jewelry business, and she acquires some giant gemstone from Ethiopia, and the commission from selling this is going to help. Archie does tell her, though, that until the divorce papers are signed, they should keep their distance. Betty is on a stakeout at the truck stop looking for signs of Holly or anything suspicious when she gets a call from Tabitha, who tells her that Jughead is missing. Betty agrees to meet with Tabitha to help try and find him. Veronica's jewelry shop gets held up and the thieves steal the gemstone. She eventually asks Reggie to help her find it, and he says he'll do it for her because she's an old friend, but he works for her father now. He has to because he's paying off his own father's debt to Hiram. Hiram offers a reward to whoever can round up the prisoners that he let out, by the way, and obviously Archie volunteers because he needs money. Tabitha and Betty go to the bunker, which is the last place Tabitha saw Jughead because remember she handcuffed him to the bed to prevent him from running off. The girls decide to read his manuscript to try and find any leads. By the way, I hope we get to see a lot more of Tabitha this season. I really like her. We then see Jughead. He seems to have fallen on hard times in a very short space of time. He's cold and gets beaten up by some men. Then, lying on the ground, he sees a blurry image of a scary figure. Could this be the Mothman? The Mole Man? I'm also not sure yet if Jug is actually going through all of this or if this is some kind of reenactment visual of what Tabitha and Betty are reading in his manuscript. Betty then calls Jug's other ex who gave him the mushrooms, and she says that she's going to come by and help the girls look for him. By the way, Cheryl's mother, who broke out of prison, is a preacher now. We got through the Edgar Never Never cult storyline, so we'll get through this. Archie goes busting down to the door and arrests some criminals, and Veronica's like, well, find my gemstone since you're tracking down criminals anyway. 2 birds, 1 stone. Jughead is in the home of some guy named Doc. I guess he's the shadowy figure we saw, and this is really happening. They're in a place called Sketch Alley. Doc saved him and is looking out for Jug for a bit, and Jughead says that he wandered off after taking some mushrooms and ended up there. Jughead's girlfriend arrives and she's on it. She's searching everywhere for clues and something else, I think. She's so shady, I don't trust her. Veronica gets a call from the bad guys holding Hiram hostage. They want their palladium, but Hiram doesn't want to give up the goods. Ronnie makes a deal. She'll get them the palladium if she gets her dad and her gemstone back. Wait, does Cheryl keep her brother's remains in a treasure casket at Thornhill Manor? It's not in some kind of urn or anything. Like, she actually has his bones in there. Oh, Cheryl. She joins her mother's religious cult thing, and I guess they're both going to be ladies of the manor now. After going to get something to eat with Jughead's ex-girlfriend, Betty and Tabitha start feeling woozy, and the ex admits that she put some mushrooms in their fries. She eventually tells him that she wanted to read the manuscript because she was scared that Jughead would write about her and she doesn't want her mother to find out. Okay. Jughead, meanwhile, tells Doc that he can't go back home to Riverdale yet. Something happened to him in New York, and he can't go home until he figures it out. I actually think that Jughead's storyline is really decent, and I'm curious about his journey of self-discovery to possibly confront some trauma and hopefully find some closure. Anyway, at the end of the episode, he leaves a message for Betty and Tabitha saying that he's safe, but we do see him get into a suspicious-looking truck as he's hitchhiking to New York. And yeah, that's the first return episode of Riverdale. Feel free to share your thoughts down below, and thank you for watching.